Data just out today shows Russia's inflation rate slowing in May. Looking closer at this data and more coming out of Russia, I'm joined by Vladimir Miklashevsky, a trading desk strategist with Danske Bank. So Vladimir, Russia's service sector activity expanded in April for the second month in a row, growing at the fastest rate in 17 months, thanks to a strengthening of demand and orders. Is this a sign we're seeing recovery in Russia?
Not yet, actually. I would say that it is more a sign of stronger ruble, and we know that Russian services, they depend so much on FX rate. And then I would say that it's a sign of adaptation, Russia's counter-sanctions, all those food bans. And now I would say that services, they have been adapting through all these months to the changed environment, and they see it with a better prospects.
And of course, inflation rate data has just been released. Not a major decrease, but it's still a continuing trend of declines. What's your initial reaction to the data, and what exactly does it indicate?
That decline was almost the same that market expected. We saw already the peak this year, and now as ruble's devaluation has been already priced into these figures, and we see that oil price has stabilized, so no pressure from the currency side, and we see that inflation expectations, they have started also to decline on those factors. Well, it actually means that the central bank will continue to cut this year, although moderately, and it means better prospects for Russian economy, but starting next year only. So the trend is clear, and in the long run, it's supporting Russian economy and fundamentals such as fixed investments and private consumption.
Let's look to Russia's relationship with the Baltic states. From the beginning, it was certainly clear that the economic crisis in Russia would pose multiple problems for Latvia and its Baltic neighbours. How have the region's relationships been affected by the crisis? More a liability rather than an asset?
Well, we first saw that due to different sanctions and counter-sanctions, exports to Russia, they shrank very much in all three economies. We are talking about double-digit, and the first quarter of this year was quite dramatic. We see, for example, that Estonian exports to Russia shrank almost 50%, 50. But on another hand, we see kind of trade wars, Russia answering to sanctions with counter-sanctions, and checking more thoroughly the foods coming from Baltic countries. But then we have also seen that the Baltics, they have succeeded to replace shrinking exports to Russia with a rise in exports to EU countries. So we can talk that the situation becomes more balanced for them, but of course the trade with Russia will remain negative, at least for this year.
That's all from Vladimir and myself for now. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to keep clicking back to Dukascopy TV.